I'd rather be golfing, and does Elon Musk have trouble? What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Daily Update. And I'll tell you, the way the markets are, it'd be much better to be on the golf course or playing anything but looking at the paint dry of the markets. They continue to do nothing, and of course, nothing usually means that they'll at least stay somewhere near the flat line or try to drift higher. Very mixed markets today. NASDAQ higher, Dow a little bit lower, S&P right around the flat line. Russell, which was down huge early, came all the way back. It's really just, again, there's not much to do, and it's sometimes better to observe the market than to try to trade it. And I think this is the case we're in right now. The volatility continues to get crushed. The VIX continues to go lower. Now, what we do know is that at some point here, there's going to be a huge pop in volatility, but we don't know from where and we don't know when. But again, now is the time that you look at buying volatility. Sometimes you're a seller, sometimes you're a buyer. This is the time you look to be a buyer of volatility. Grain markets were higher today as they get ready for the big USDA report on Friday, but there wasn't a lot of action there either. Meats were very mixed, on both sides, of course. Unless we have the world's biggest barbecue pretty soon with ribs, hog prices continue to go lower, and it's like there's no bottom. Kind of like gold. There seems to be no bottom in gold. You can't get every rally gets sold relentlessly, and gold, although up slightly today, was up much higher again, and once again failed. Bonds were on both sides, of unchanged. Not much going on in the bond market, but we do know interest rates are rising. Expect bond futures to sell. You want to sell every rally there. Oil got clobbered today, and of course, we've been calling for that, so it's not a real surprise. But oil was down at one time about 280, closed the day around 240 down. I'm looking for the 50s, but I mean, I think we'll see a bounce off of 62, and there'll be some bounces. We're not going straight down there, and I don't ever want you to think that I'm going to make this ridiculous call that they're only going in one direction. There's always movement in the market, whether it goes up or down, but I think our target for the next real bounce will be 62, and then I think we'll head into the 50s, which is where I'm looking for. Bitcoin got clobbered again. Obviously, everything is not great in paradise right now. We're still buyers of the cryptos. We're still looking for opportunity, but certainly it's gotten very ugly here, and that's usually what happens when you see a bunch of panic and people being forced out. So let's see how they trade out. Again, but you have to remember, it's the same theme. There is not much going on, so there's no reason to get overly active or get overly invested in a market like this. Complacency is the king right now. And as long as the markets remain complacent, you're going to see drifting markets, crushing volatility, and all sorts of things like that, which is not a great trading environment. Elon Musk came out and did make that big statement, and the SEC is looking at him. And I'd like to know where he's going to get the money. I think he's going to have some problems here. I don't think what he did was totally legal, but again, that's just my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, but I think what you look at is that he did something and he forced the hand, and really what he really did is stick it to the shorts, which he hates the short sellers anyways, but what he doesn't realize is they're what make the market to begin with anyway. So I think he's got some troubles, but the NASDAQ continues to percolate. You had Amazon making new highs, Apple higher, so we'll see how it trades out. But again, I urge you not to get too overactive in these markets. If you're investing, that's one thing. If you're hedging, that's another thing. But if you're just trying to trade, sometimes it's better to trade with patience and observation than actually trade the actual market. That's really it. There's obviously not a lot to report. As much as I'd like to report a lot of things, there isn't much to do. So that will do it for today's Bubba's Daily Update. This is Todd Bubba Horwitz. Remember our high school program, highschoolinvesting.com. If you'd like to help us out, go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And don't forget to catch the Bubba Show every day from 4 to 5 Eastern at libertytalk.fm. Have a great day, everybody. PGA starts tomorrow. We like Justin Thomas. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow on Bubba's Daily Update. Thanks.